Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Finding Your Voice Podcast Season 2. This is your host, Dr. Velma Bagby. For those of you who are listening to the Audible version, I have a special guest for you. And you know that finding your voice is a powerful path designed for everyday people. These are authors, entrepreneurs, people who are business owners, authors, some even ministry leaders. But they have found their true inspiration and motivation. And hopefully, through their assignment, you will be inspired as well. So I just want to welcome all of you today. And I thank you. And please welcome my wonderful guest, author Colette R. Harrell. Welcome, Colette.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dr. Velma, for having me. And hello, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to be in this studio with you today.
I appreciate it. So why don't we start with you telling the audience about yourself?
Well, identity is everything, right?
Hmm.
So I am an author, I am a book coach, I am a developmental editor. I'm wearing several hats. As an entrepreneur, authorpreneur, I own a literary agency where I do events. And so I am the creator of the Juneteenth Bash, Black Author Spotlight on Heritage, that I do every year here in Columbus, Ohio.
Hmm.
And we have around 800 to 825
Wow.
participants that attend. And we have over 50 Black authors that engage the community. And so that's one of our signature events. And I
Okay.
also have writing retreats, luxury writing retreats.
Wow.
So that's where I am professionally. Of course, I'm a mother, a grandmother, I'm a wife, and I am a Christian, and I love to engage with my readers, and I love to be on your show, able to meet new people and
Absolutely.
find new journeys, right? That's what it's about.
Right. I'm thinking of the list you just gave us. I'm going, well, how come I didn't know about that big event in Ohio?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so are the authors from just Ohio, or are they from all over the U.S.?
No. I have people from all over the U.S. right now. I have people coming in from Michigan, from Detroit.
Wow.
I have, and here in Ohio, even though we're in Columbus, I have people coming in from Cleveland. I have people coming in
Uh-huh.
from Toledo, some of your main cities. And as we continue to grow, this is my second year. We've had over 1,600
Wow.
people attend.
Are you kidding me?
And it's a fact,
Wow.
I mean, this is Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
And we love the eating and we love the dancing. But part of our package of freedom was being able to read and write.
Yes, that's
So
true.
having a literary festival focused on Juneteenth was really important to me.
Yes.
And so I give the tables out free. I don't charge the authors. I buy the first book on their table. I have a band, a DJ, a photo booth. I have free food. I have
Oh.
sponsors. I have a food truck. I have a health van. I actually um, partner with one of our senior programs. They read to the children. And then I have children activities run by elementary school teacher where the kids actually write and make their own books and take
Oh.
them. So it's an event for the entire family. And we are going to do this every year. And we just hope it gets bigger and better. This year was a little bit bigger than last year.
Wow.
We hope for next year to be even bigger. It's already on the calendar for next year.
I'm
For
going to check it out.
Yeah, I partner with the Columbus Public Library System, and they're my
Hmm.
partners in this. And so we've already have it on the calendar for next year.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
special. That really is. So you are a woman that believes in what you have been assigned to do, and you're not only writing books, but you're expanding the opportunities for other authors to come together and be seen and be heard. That's really powerful.
Thank you so much. It's my heart. I really want us to win together. And I think that if we all can work together, we all win. I just read earlier today that there's enough sun for all of us. And I thought that was so powerful. And I think it
Yes,
is. I think we can all shine together.
I agree. I agree. There's no competition. I think I was talking to someone recently about it, and we were saying that, I don't get that. Everybody has an assignment that's built in you. God downloaded what He wanted you to accomplish in life. That's what He wanted you to do. There's no competition. There's plenty of work for everybody.
And
If everybody
absolutely,
had an assignment, there would still be plenty of work. My Christian marketing teacher said this, there'll be plenty of work still left over to do.
it always is, isn't it? We
Always
always have
is.
the opportunity to not only build a new brand, build a new way, not get
Hmm.
comfortable in what we're
Yeah.
already doing. Because when he downloaded this part of my purpose 2 years ago, I was like, what? But what he
And
gave me
wait,
to
can you pause right there, Colette?
do,
How old were you 2 years ago?
2 years ago, I was 66. Why you make me tell these people my age?
Because I was 64 when I released my first book, and I try to remind people it's never too late. You never know when
It's
God is going to say, please do this.
Oh, Dr. Velma, that's so good. He told me years and years ago, he told me to tell people that our dreams do not have an expiration date.
Yeah.
And that has just been downloaded, embedded in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're never, ever too old, too young, too thin, too dark,
That's
too
right.
light, too white, too black. We're
Right.
never too anything to do whatever the purpose is He gave us.
That's
Whatever
right.
He sent us, He also
Mm-hmm.
gave us the tools to complete it. We just have to go without fear.
Well, I've always said that because I've been called to be a dating and relationship coach, a marriage supporter, and to talk about dating, relationships, and marriage, that's my calling.
Hmm.
That it, to me, a Titus 2 woman is more expert, is more of an expert in some of the things that you're talking about, some of the things I have to talk about. So
Hmm.
if a person's been married 2 minutes, I don't think they can tell me anything or help me work through any problems. So you come with expertise and experience, Colette, and I appreciate what you've shared so far.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you even offer me the platform to talk about it, because oftentimes we get pigeonholed in one thing. And I'm
Yeah.
an author and I have multiple books. And so we can be pigeonholed right there, but
Mm-hmm.
it's so much more that I want
Absolutely.
to do and so much more I've been called to do. And
Yep.
so thank you for allowing me to share that.
Of course. Well, I know what you're saying, and one of my goals is to get out there more to talk about more of what I have to say. And let's just get, we're going to talk about books too. So let's just talk about what your recent release is all about. Because, girl, tell me your why for chasing different.
So two things can be true. The
Hmm.
first thing is that my last book later, I had so many book clubs and so many people reach out to me and they wanted a book too. But
Oh,
Chasing Different was already in my spirit.
right.
And the reason why Chasing Different was in my spirit is because my male protagonist in the book is neurodivergent. And I wanted and had a heart to tell a series, and the series is Loving Different.
Hmm.
The first book is Chasing Different. The second book is Finding Different. And the
Hmm.
third book is Loving Different.
Hmm.
And each of our protagonists are outside the norm, they don't fit in a box.
Hmm.
And so I felt it was really important to be inclusive because we all want love. We all
Hmm.
have the ability to love.
Uh-huh.
And we all have our own stories that should be told in our own way.
Uh-huh.
And so to be able to talk about Nia, this shy introvert, meeting Deacon, who is a neurodivergent geneticist, and be able to tell their story and also weave in this um, antagonist that is a group of people, the council that is out to get Nia, and have this neurodivergent Deacon become the hero of the hour. And so I
Right.
wanted to paint that picture. I believe in happily ever afters, but I also believe that at the end of a book, when you read a happily ever after, it should leave you better than before.
Absolutely.
And so my nuggets are in there. My inspirational nuggets are in there. And then the characters from later, I also added into the characters in Chasing Different so that my readers would be able to see what they wanted, but also get a new adventure.
Oh, wow. Now, you're going to have to explain to the audience what is a neurodivergent.
So these are and in studying this, first of all, I come from a family that I have several different family members that are on the spectrum.
Uh-huh.
And so that's basically what it means. Although, what I found in talking to different people is that some people don't like the terminology spectrum.
Yeah,
So I tried to veer away from that,
there you go.
even though most of my family members, we don't mind. But there are other people, so to be sensitive to other people's
Mm-hmm.
needs, I
Yeah,
try to kind of steer away from that. But people that are neurodivergent are autistic, ADHD,
I have
Asperger's.
them in my family. I know, I understand. But
So
for the sake of the audience, I wanted them to
absolutely,
know. Yes.
absolutely. And
Mm-hmm.
so Deacon is different. Deacon doesn't have a lot of filters, but he's an admirable hero, and I love him as the protagonist. And everybody who has read the book so far absolutely loves his character.
And he wants love too.
He wants love too, and
Yes.
he's about getting his love. He's a very focused individual.
Wow. I love it. I love it. Now, without giving away the nuggets and everything, you told us a little bit about Deacon. What about your female character, Nia?
Nia is on a search for her real and authentic identity.
Mm-hmm.
She's shy and an introvert.
Mm-hmm.
She has a sister who is a baddie.
Oh, wow.
Her sister is a baddie in some ways, all the good ways, and in some ways, all the bad ways. But she has always lived in her shadow, and
Oh.
so she has not seen her full potential because she has always seen herself as less than.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that I call Nia at the beginning of my book, my cowardly lioness,
Okay.
because she really is a people pleaser, and she really uh, puts a lot into how people think and feel about her. So she
Mm.
lives her life based on everyone else's measuring stick.
I recognize that character.
And so Deacon, being someone that's very forceful
Mm-hmm.
and very focused and who wants to have a relationship with her, is embarrassing to her. So, when you first
Oh.
come into the book, she doesn't want people talking about her. She
Yeah.
doesn't want people laughing at her.
Mm-hmm.
And because Deacon, if he doesn't open his mouth, is this very alluring, attractive man until he starts emoting. And so, and then she's like, wait, hold on, get back. Is anyone watching you do all of this? And so
Right, right.
it's important for us to live our own lives and live our lives out loud, and it be loud enough that we drown out the naysayers in our cheerleading corners, because everybody's in our cheerleading stands aren't cheering. Some of them are jeering. And so I wanted Nia to come into her own and to be able to no longer be that cowardly lioness, but to embrace
Yeah.
who she really is. So
Yeah.
that's Nia and Deacon.
Wow. So let me ask you about your approach for those who are out there who may be thinking or considering writing a fictional story. What's your approach? Are they call it the plotter versus the pantser, or what do you do? Do you build your character first and then build the story around the character that you foresee? Because these characters are very clear in terms of who they are, as if you took your time to really create them first and then build the story. So, what's your approach, Colette?
Wow, that's really hard because I'm a pantser.
Uh huh.
And so I sit down in front of my computer
Mm-hmm.
and I get this idea. This it starts forming in my head, and then I start forming the characters. And
Mm-hmm.
some people say, their books are character driven, and some people's books are plot driven. I believe my books are plot driven with very well developed characters.
There you go.
My characters have character analysis pages. I know who my characters are. I know what they feel about their mamas. I know what kind of
Yeah.
relationship they had growing up in school. And
Hmm.
so I can naturally, when I'm writing them, all of those experiences come into how they speak and who they are.
Do you already know the story? Do you create an outline first?
No.
Okay, thank you. You are my sister
No.
for real. Are you related to me?
You
Because
know what? I a lot of times, especially when I was traditional, when I
hmm
had contracts with publishers, I
yes.
would create the story, then go back and do the outline because they wanted an outline. So my outline actually came last, but they were like, "Well, send me the outline."
I
I was
told
like,
you we're
"Okay,
related. I gotta check your DNA. It
I'll go
That
back to
was
the
the
book."
biggest hurdle for me, for those of you who are listening who may not be able to figure out how to approach your writing, and you may be hearing from different people the approaches they suggest you use. Let me tell you, there's no one size fit all.
It's not.
I finally discovered when I started writing, first of all, I came from corporate and I had to discover my
I
own
came from
voice.
corporate before I went
Yes,
to
I
nonprofit.
wrote for corporate. I worked for state government as a deputy administrator. I knew their voice. I knew how to write for them, talk for them, everything. It was their voice, not mine. When I retired and knew that I had to write, I had to discover what my voice was. So that was part of my process. But also, I had to discover what my style would be because I had to step away from the style they had given me and I was trained to use. I finally figured out, somebody told me, okay, go ahead and write an outline. Colette, that drove me crazy.
It really
Writing the
will.
outline, I couldn't do it.
It
Till
really
finally,
will.
one day I discovered I'm a jigsaw puzzle. I use the jigsaw puzzle method. And what
Okay.
that means is, and that's, I can hear in what you said, you create
Yes.
and you create and you create. Today, I'm creating something in my book. Tomorrow, I'm creating something totally new versus what I worked on the day before. I just create. And it's after I have several pieces that I know where my story is going to go. It's only after I get several pieces, like the jigsaw, and you start putting the pieces together, then I can write the outline. I heard you say that too. Once I discovered that that was my method, I was free because
Yeah.
the more I tried to fit into the mold that I was told should be the approach, I couldn't do it. And it wasted a lot of my time. And ever since I discovered the jigsaw puzzle method, I was free. I'm a
It's for me.
creator.
I
I
think that's for me
create
too.
and write this to that and that. Now, when I wrote the cat series, I had to do the research on every fish I had to use to match it up with the type of guy I wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
So, the
Mhm.
catfish who loves garbage, the sturgeon who likes to nibble everywhere he goes. I mean, all
Mhm.
those characters. I went to a fish expert, which happens to be my brother. Okay, tell me about the fish you love catching. And as soon as he
Mhm.
described their personality, what you had to do, where they like to hang out. I mean, it was like the character came to life for me. So when I heard you say what you said, I said, "Oh, she's got my DNA somewhere in Colette's life. It's
It
my
is.
bloodline."
And here's an additional issue.
Mhm.
I am not one particular genre. So my books are inspirational slash Christian
Mhm.
slash thriller
Mhm.
slash romance
Mhm.
with a touch of supernatural.
Mhm.
So when people are like, well, where does this go? I've talked to people and I was like, okay, you read the book, you know, what categories, what keywords, to other authors that may be more experienced than I am. And they'll say, oh, science fiction, oh, this and oh, that. And so in actuality, I've blended all of that together because
Mhm.
as I start creating, I don't tell the book what it can't do. I allow my characters. So when later, which begins in 1859, when those same characters end up in today,
Mhm.
people who read it go, whoa.
What
right?
happened?
Because I thought I was reading something and then it went here. And so I'm all about the plot twists. I'm
Mm-hmm.
all about surprising my readers when they read it. And I'm all
Absolutely.
about the layered stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also love for you to actually understand the secondary characters because
Yes.
inevitably, for instance, with Chasing Different, getting to know Deacon's brother Jonesy, who is white, and getting to know Nia's sister Sincere, who is called Sin, who's an assassin. Getting to know them sets up the second book, Finding Different.
Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful. That's so important. It makes it interesting too. But some,
Absolutely.
but like you said, it's difficult when they want to pigeonhole you and put an assigned genre when it's so many more.
Absolutely. And that's
Wow.
why I love being on shows like this is because I'm able to have that type of dialogue
Mm-hmm.
and and bring everything together to get how you do what you do and then
Yeah.
how I do what I do because I walk away with some nibbits and some nuggets to use. Some
Wow.
niblets
That's
and
awesome.
nuggets to
Well,
use. Yeah.
welcome to the jigsaw puzzle method
That's
world.
right. I hadn't heard of that before.
I had and indeed, I had to do the research. I said there must be another way. I can't do the outline. There must be. Did the research, and when I discovered that, I'm telling you, it set me free in my writing. And ever since then, I've been busy just writing that
Absolutely.
way. So I love it. Well, can we expect more from you?
You can expect more from me. I am working on a project that I'm excited about. It's different than what I've done in the past.
Oh.
So I'm really excited about it. And then, of course, I am already writing the second book to
Mm-hmm.
Chasing Different. I'm
Mm-hmm.
writing the second book, Loving Different. And if you go to my website, which is
Thank
ColetteHarrell.com,
you.
real easy, you can actually read about the blurb about Loving Different and Finding Different that are also part of this trilogy. So I'm getting those together. Of course, we're already preparing, myself and my volunteers and my team, we're already preparing for next year's Juneteenth. I'm looking at a writer's retreat next year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot going on. If you
That's
just
awesome.
go to my website, you can keep up with it all.
Okay, so I was going to ask you, how can the audience stay in touch with you or reach out to you for your projects? And many of the things you mentioned, they may want to participate. So is it just the website, or can you give that again so they'll capture that information?
Absolutely. It is my name, ColetteHarrell.com.
Okay.
And I usually, if you go, there are tabs. And if you go to events, it'll have the list of events. And in September, for those who are authors, the application will come up for the 2026 Juneteenth Bash.
Hmm.
And it will become active, and I will start to take applications for those spots.
Awesome. That's awesome. Are you available on any of the social media platforms?
I am available on all of them, Colette
Okay.
Harrell, on Facebook, on Instagram,
Hmm.
on LinkedIn. I'm not on this LinkedIn as much, but if you want to find me on Facebook and Instagram, I am there.
Awesome. Colette, this has been awesome to have you on board today. So I really appreciate having you. I've enjoyed the conversation. I enjoyed the connection, our DNA. That was fun. And of course, the information about the upcoming event next year. So, everyone, if you want to take advantage of those things that Colette shared with you, some great nuggets, not only her new book, but this is apparently book number 3. So, make sure you get your copy. You know how to get it. It's available on Amazon as well as your website, right, Colette?
That's
I've
right.
seen it on
That's
Amazon.
correct.
So,
Hmm.
make sure you do that. You reach out to her on her website, and I'm looking into next year's event. So I'm definitely going to do that. So all our authors out there, make sure you reach out to Colette. Anything else you want to add, Colette?
I just thought about it, and I should report that I'm number two new release. So Chase
Yay!
is Different has risen to the top. And number two is a new release. So please get your copy. I think you'll love it. Reach out to me. I love to hear from you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you for tuning in today to Dr. Velma's Finding Your Voice podcast and our wonderful guest today, Colette R. Harrell. Make sure you follow through. Have a great day.